Paul Heyman does not acknowledge Solo Sikoa as his tribal chief. So obviously that comes with consequences. Solo Sikoa, thumbs him right to the throat.
Whoa,
and then
pause.
Hey, I
The
don't
way
make the
you
rules.
said that.
That's his
The way you
move.
said that, he thumbs
He
him.
thumbs him.
He's Samoan spike.
No, he
right?
thumbs him. He thumbs him.
Why are you saying it like that?
And then
If I hear Pat McAfee, he thumbed him. I'm turning off TV. What the fuck did you say? What the Now he's shooting. It's like Bloodline member.
Yeah, the nasty rivalry with Honolulu Hank the other year. IMFT. What does that mean?
My friend Tama?
That's what Tag Me In is all about. And everybody to Tag Me In, episode number 15. It is Money in the Bank season. We got Money in the Bank coming up. I am not alone. I am here with Devin. Devin, how are you tonight?
I'm doing all right. Money in the Bank's coming up. I say this is our top 5 PLEs of the year. This one's to start off the road to SummerSlam. I'm ready, man.
Absolutely. I didn't say my name. I am Zach. You all know that by now. You all know all of us, but I like introducing these guys, get into it. We're also with Elijah. Elijah, how are you?
Yeah, I'm feeling great about this. I'm super excited for Money in the Bank. This could really dictate how the rest of the year goes.
So it's funny that you mentioned that because if obviously we have the big 4 PLEs, obviously, right? SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, and Survivor Series. If there were to be a 5th added, I feel as though Money in the Bank is absolutely the 5th major PLE because Money in the Bank shapes narratives for the rest of the year. Look at Damian Priest last year. He held the briefcase for nearly a year. And he, along with the rest of Judgment Day, were in the main event scene the entirety of 2023. And Io Sky, she didn't hold on to it as long as Damian Priest did, but she was main event all of 2023. So Money in the Bank is not only one of my favorite shows, but one of the most important shows of the year.
I agree. I always like Money in the Bank. When they started, almost, it's not been plus 10 years, pretty much now.
Oh, yeah.
Way over 10 years.
Way over.
Way
I
over
think
10 years.
14,
man.
15.
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome. And it's the niche of Money in the Bank. It's in the name. It changes wrestlers' careers. And it's exciting. And we get to see who's going to grab that briefcase and probably change their career for forever.
But
Yeah.
you know what I used to love when I was a kid? Do you remember the Money in the Bank theme song that they used for a few years in a row? Where it was the fucking,
Ching, I'm rich, bitch. Money in the Bank. Tell me what you think. I was like,
That was
hell
it.
yeah.
Yo, oh my God.
SmackDown versus Raw, I want to say 2007. That
I
was
think
one
it
of the
was
songs.
2007.
Oh my God.
I'm
Scroll-
rich, bitch. It's like, oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
that
yeah.
That ruled. Money in the Bank's awesome. And the match, 9 times out of 10, 90% of the time, the match is really, really good too. And I'm a sucker for a good ladder match. I think ladder match might be my favorite gimmick match of all time.
For days.
Yeah, exactly. It's a major spot fest, but for whatever reason, I can get behind it. We got a lot to dive into. So obviously, we've only said Money in the Bank, I think 25 times in the last 30 seconds. So we are going to be doing our PLE predictions for Money in the Bank, and we're also going to dive into a little bit of the Bloodline storyline going on here. So before we get to all that, where we start every single episode, as you all know, is the Icebreakers. So I had the Icebreaker this week, and I was rolling similar to Devin last week. I had one in mind, and then probably 45 minutes to an hour ago, I decided to switch it last minute. So for whatever reason, I was rewatching WrestleMania 40, okay? And that match, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, is, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 minutes of the most chaotic wrestling I've ever seen in my life. The ending of that match where everybody was coming out and just all the involvement was just super crazy. And it got me thinking, I wanted to be there for that match so bad. Could you like just imagine being in the crowd for that match? So that got me to thinking, what other matches in the history of WWE do you wish you could have experienced live? Could have been in the crowd for? And I'm going to go ahead and start off this one because WrestleMania 40, it's recency bias, but like that is one of the matches I really, really wish I would have been there for. So I'm not going to use that one. Instead, I will go with a different WrestleMania match. The WrestleMania match where Undertaker lost his streak against Brock Lesnar. So
You want to be there?
listen, I've said on this show that it was not a good decision to end the streak. I believe the streak should have never died. He should have been undefeated forever. But imagine being in the crowd as that pinfall happens, because like the feeling in the arena had to be insane. Like I can't even imagine what it felt like.
Oh yeah,
So-
like it's literally like the life got sucked out of him. Like it's just
Yeah.
imagine because you're like, oh, Undertaker's gonna kick out 1, 2. Oh, here he comes. It's gonna be 2.993.
What? And then literally the guy that was in the front row, the meme that
Yeah, the
all
front-
of us wrestling fans know and love,
yeah.
just with his mouth just like wide open. Just the feeling of being in the arena for that match, for that, not even that match, because the match sucked, if we're being honest, but
It was
that
well,
moment, if I were there live for that moment, that would have been insane. One of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. So I'll hand it off to Devin here. What match comes to mind, or what moment comes to mind whenever you
Ooh.
heard my question?
When I finally got back into wrestling, not fully yet, but if I had to be there, SummerSlam 2019,
Oh
The Fiend. Oh man, just the entrance itself. Like the match itself was a squash, but when you watch the entrance, you're just kind of like the whole time, like, what the hell is going on? This is awesome. And I don't think people really talk about this as much because they're just talking about The Fiend. When the lights come back on, you see Finn Balor like, oh, no, 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 get me out of here, get me out of here. Like,
You're about to die, clown.
literally, and then the song, like, hurt, heal.
Yeah.
This is that match itself. It's just like the entrance itself. I'm like, I wish I was there doing the fireflies and just being like, holy shit, holy shit.
So that's what I was about to bring up. It's very rare that an entrance
An entrance.
garners holy shit chance. So like to be there when that happened, that had to be insane, because I remember watching that live as well. And just like the build up to it and the Firefly Funhouse and when he was finally revealed, like that moment had to be crazy.
Your boy Pat McAfee, I think he was on like it was like a live show with all his other friends, and everyone's talking while the entrance coming. He's like, guys, watch this, and everyone's like, oh
Yeah.
man. So like, it caught a lot of people's eyes, man. Rest in peace, Bray. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest
man.
in peace, Bray, for sure. Elijah, you finish us off here. What do you wish you could have seen live?
Pause first off. So
Phew. Easy.
I'm playing. No, well, I like a recency bias one would be the Wyatt Six debut. Like it's not a
Oh.
match, but being there in person, that would have been insane. Like even watching it from home was like literally holy shit.
Yeah.
But like that was like pure cinema and everything they've done with it. But actual wrestling match from like entrance all the way to finish, I would say CM Punk versus John Cena, Money in the Bank,
Oh.
2011.
In Chicago.
In Chicago, like that aura was fucking crazy. Like all the like the controversy of him, like, oh, if he wins the title, he's gonna leave and like all this stuff. But him being in Chicago, his hometown, and just the pop like his entrance gets because he came out to this fire,
Oh.
and that
Last
was
time I
still
heard
like,
that, man. Oh, what a song.
chef's kiss. But just that happening, and then it going into what's it called, him actually winning it and then like going into the crowd, kissing VKM goodbye, just the poop and gone, like that. Just everything with that would be fucking insane, dude.
Well, the cool thing about that match is like everybody knew that the contract was expiring and that he was leaving, and like everybody knew the background like to that match. So like obviously him winning that match was just a mind-blowing moment because nobody expected that to happen. And then John Laurinaitis comes down and tries to, do his whole thing. That was whatever.
Hits
But
it, interferes, also like that. If Sienna wins, we riot. Like callbacks to when he was at One Night Stand and all this stuff. Like it was just like that was a really, really good part of WWE at that time. Like that was the pinnacle of it.
Oh yeah.
The caveat, sorry to cut you off, Devin, but the caveat of him being in Chicago for that moment was so cool because we tweeted this out from the Tag Me In Twitter account. Go follow on Twitter /X. But 2 Friday Night SmackDowns ago when they were in Chicago, like nobody loves their guy more than Chicago loves CM Punk.
Yeah. And then he got murdered right in front of everyone.
Oh,
but
dude.
it's fine.
We all know what it is. Well, like I said, like with the entrance with Bray Wyatt, his entrance, like once the song popped, the whole, because that was the All-State Arena, I believe.
All-State Arena, yeah.
Yeah, so that.
Come on, Chicago Bulls fan, you got this.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
We're not
So
even
sorry.
from there.
Well,
Fake
like,
fans.
so,
It's like you were born there or something.
I wasn't. Anyways. I'm sorry. I'm trying to focus here. Don't distract me like fucking Elijah. Okay, so when he made the entrance and the song came out, it popped. And he's walking down there, you can see that emotion. He's a heel at the time. You have to remember that. This dude is a heel. So it's hard to like keep the kayfabe going. But then like inside he's like the emotions were coming out like, oh my gosh, like I never thought this ever happened. And he sat in the ring and he looked like he was about to cry. It really looked like he was about to cry. And it's just like everything was just happening, and it was such an awesome moment. And to win, like what a special moment for him.
We're sticking on this a little long, but just hear me out for a second. That's one of my comfort matches. Like if I just feel like if there's no live wrestling on, that's a match that I'll just throw on and just watch, because that match, first of all, was so good. And then obviously, as we've discussed ad nauseum at this point, like everything surrounding that match was so cool. And to just like, I'll throw that match on and just go watch it just for the sake of killing time.
Hell yeah.
So, all right, that is our icebreaker this week. What sparked that was WrestleMania 40 and that Cody versus Roman match. Just I wish I could have been there for the most chaotic 5 minutes in WWE history. But we're gonna move on here. Literally, Avengers assemble. Like, yeah, definitely. All right, moving on. So this is typically the part of the show where we review SmackDown, review Raw, touch on anything big that may have happened, but we're not necessarily going down that path. We're going to pick one topic and we're kind of going to focus on it here because it seems to be the biggest story once again in the WWE. So Bloodline 2.0. Have you acknowledged your tribal solo chief today?
Oh my gosh.
Because Paul Heyman has not. Oh, that's called a transition in the business. So obviously they had their acknowledgement ceremony this past Friday night, and Solo Sikoa, unironically, this may have been like the best mic work I've seen Solo Sikoa do on the main roster. Like I unironically enjoyed this a lot, and his presentation and his aura during this whole thing was really, really good. We can touch on that later, but so he's standing in the ring and he orders all of the members of the Bloodline to verbally and publicly acknowledge him as the tribal chief. So he's going around, making his rounds, Tama Tonga, Loa, Jacob Fatu. He gets to Paul Heyman, and Paul Heyman, this guy, just give him all the flowers because he grew out his stubble. He deprived himself of sleep so that he would look terrible, actual tears coming out of his face, not dyeing his hair anymore, going completely gray. Like this guy, method actor. He deserves all his flowers. Um, Paul Heyman,
It's true.
unbelievable.
Dude.
Paul Heyman does not acknowledge Solo Sikoa as his tribal chief. So obviously that comes with consequences. Solo Sikoa, thumbs him right to the throat.
Whoa,
and then
pause.
hey, I
The
don't
way
make the
you said
rules.
that.
That's his
The way you
move.
said that, he thumbs
He
him.
thumbs
like,
him.
He's Samoan
There-
spike.
No, he
Alright.
thumbs him. He thumbs him.
Why are you saying it like that?
And then
If I hear Pat McAfee, he thumbed him. I'm turning off the TV. What the fuck did you say? What the-
But then
Oh my
Jacob
God.
Fatu gets involved. He splashes him off the top rope. Then they drag him out of the ring, and they shield powerbomb him.
Wait, no, he
Paul
didn't
Heyman.
splash him. He headbutted him.
Yeah,
Flying headbutt.
Touche. He did the
that was
Uso
insane.
splash
He went high up too, and just the coming down and his head butted him. Like, yo, that's wild.
into the rafters, and then but the big part of this, like, I don't know how old Paul Heyman is. I might disrespect the man here. I think he's like 58. I think I saw.
58.
Takes a shield power bomb through the announce table, and brother, this was there was no cushioning here. Like, this was a bump. Paul Heyman took a bump, and obviously they take the tribal beads. What is that thing called?
the Leia, something like that.
The lay.
I
Well, no,
don't
it's not
think-
lay because that's.
It's
I don't
not
know
a
what it is.
lay. It's not a lay. That's like the layman's term for it. But they take the beads, they put it on Solo Sikoa, and they all, except for Paul Heyman, acknowledge their tribal chief. So
because Paul Heyman died behind him.
He died.
he did.
Like,
Rest in peace.
bro. I actually got worried because it looked like he bounced his head on the ground. I was like, yo, is he
So-
okay?
Dude, he took a nasty bump. It was terrifying. So
For the story.
my question for you guys, and Elijah, I'll start with you. Overall, is this Bloodline 2.0 working for you? Is it like, are you on board with this? Do you enjoy what they're doing? Like, it just give me your thoughts on like where they are right now, and like, is it working?
I mean, if you would have asked me this a month ago, I probably would have been like, no, not right now, but like, it needs to pick up. It's picked up now, brother.
Yeah.
It's picked up. Now I'm invested. Like, now the story's set up because like now he has like everything. He has his my friend Thomas MFT
MJF. His
inspired
MJF shirt.
logo.
No
Yeah,
way.
big fan.
Big fan.
Tama, you got Tonga in there too, which he's still really fucking great as well.
Oh, yeah.
But honestly, like, and this isn't even controversial, they needed Jacob Fatu.
Okay,
They
so
needed Jacob Fatu for
that's-
that.
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. And you said if I were to ask you this about a month ago, if you were to ask me 2 weeks ago before Jacob Fatu got introduced, like, I had mentioned that like Solo Sikoa was doing his job, making us miss Roman Reigns, and like,
Yeah.
doing what he's supposed to do, typical good heel work. But there was nothing special about this. Then
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu happens. But sorry to interrupt you, Elijah. I'll let you keep going.
No, you're good. It's just like that's when I got super excited because now it's like everyone's here, it's formed. Jacob Fatu's a fucking beast. Like, he is the enforcer. Like, I thought they made Tama look intimidating when he showed up. Or Tonga, sorry. Both, I mean, all of them really.
Yeah, I know.
But like when Tonga showed up and like had Kevin Owens bleeding, I was like, oh, that's how you debut someone. No. Jacob Fatu, that's how you debut someone. I spoke way too soon with that because, like I alluded to last week's episode, beating 3 former world champions at once by yourself, like Solo's not getting involved, like no one else is getting involved. You're just whooping their ass collectively,
Literally,
current
yeah.
champion and 2 former world champions by yourself. That's
One of
crazy.
the-
And they made him look fucking dope. And like, I know we give Def Rebel a lot of crap, especially on this show, as they deserve, but their entrance, like the combination with the music plus the entrance appeal, like I remember, like I didn't watch it live, but seeing like the flames come up and everyone was like, oh, like the crowd popped for like the flames, and like it got me hyped. Like I was looking at it like on repeat for like a couple minutes. I was like, this is cool. Like it
Yeah.
made it look cool. So like now
Heyman
with
was
all the
fire.
combination, and now you finally take out Paul Heyman, that leads to so many storylines. And now I'm invested because now I'm like, oh, this is the bloodline. Like this, they're gonna
Mhm.
fuck shit up now.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to bring up next. Is I had mentioned last week that my favorite version of the Bloodline is the Bloodline that would just come in, wreck shop, just wreak havoc on everybody. So, Devin, we'll transition over to you. Like, does this feel like a legitimate threat to like the entire roster? Because I personally, I feel like they can show up during any segment, they can show up on any show, and they can just absolutely dominate whoever they want, whenever they want. Like, do you get that same feeling? And or do you think that they're storyline specific, like they're solely focused on one person at a time, or like what version of the Bloodline do you think we're getting here?
Oh, this is a whole new blood. Like this is Bloodline 2.0, man.
Yeah.
Now, like y'all said, Jacob Fatu changed the game. He changed the game for sure. And man, I wouldn't want to be in front of that guy, to be honest. Like I think, and that's how. Like so, if you remember from the week prior when Jacob made his debut, you had Tama and Toa like kind of like behind them when they were like acknowledging, and they were kind of like looking at each other like, I'm
Oh, this
not-
guy.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
this
Oh
guy?
shit. Oh yeah. I'm glad he's
Yeah,
on our
like,
side.
yo,
Like-
just put your finger up.
Oh yeah, shit. I
Come
guess
on,
I'll...
side.
Yeah, I
Come
know.
on,
I don't have a choice now. Oh my god.
dude.
See
Honestly,
that?
like,
Killed
dude,
him.
when you take out, like you say, you take out the world champion, the current world champion, you take out Kevin Owens, who we all know is a dog. Like he can take like anybody. He literally ate his super kick.
Well,
He
It-
ate his super
Yeah,
kick.
super kick.
What?
And he just
And
just
speared
jumped
a
at him.
Hall
Like,
of, dude. He also
Kevin
speared a Hall
Owens-
of Famer. Like what? So
Kevin
do
Owens
the
is such a
barricade, fuck
dog.
yourself.
Kevin Owens is such a dog that he was doing swantons out of the crowd 4 minutes into SmackDown last
Oh
week.
yeah, dude.
That
I
was
love
crazy.
Kevin.
man, don't lie.
But
Um,
like yeah,
Go ahead.
I do think this bloodline is very like they are a threat, and I wouldn't take them lightly as long as Jacob Fatu is in their corner.
Yeah, because
And-
it's like literally like the missing puzzle piece. Like you see them
Yes,
working on stuff,
yes.
you're like, man, if you just had one more thing, this would be damn near perfect. Jacob Fatu was that one more thing.
Ah.
It's like you're working on it, you're almost getting there. Now they're
Yep.
there. Now I'm ready.
Yeah.
Especially with taking out Paul Heyman. Oh, I'm ready now. They're a legit threat.
Speaking of Paul Heyman, I don't want to dwell on
RIP.
this. I don't RIP. I don't want to dwell on this too much. Just give me a quick like real quick answer on when do you think Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman return? Because they've officially taken out Roman's guy. You know the love that Roman Reigns has for Paul Heyman, so he can't just stand by and watch this happen. So personally, I'll start this one. I don't think that they return until at least SummerSlam, because I think we're going to give about another month of buildup of like this bloodline just being completely dominant, destroying everything in their path, and who else are they going to just wreck? And Roman will have to return to kind of set the record straight. So Elijah, are you along the same lines of thinking? Are you thinking SummerSlam, or are you thinking as early as this Saturday?
Right now, brother. No,
They need him.
yeah, right now. Please, please.
killed your boy.
Yeah, is that your boy? Point at the hospital bed. That's your boy. They did that to him.
Yeah.
No, no. I want to say SummerSlam, but I have a feeling they're going to hold it off until in between SummerSlam and Survivor Series, because I think Survivor Series is where you're going to have Bloodline Civil War 2.0 and all that stuff.
Yeah, because
Um,
when he comes back, he can't have another feud. He has to jump right into this bloodline thing, right? Like
Yeah.
they can't like
Hands down.
build this up to Survivor Series. So like that's a good point. Like this blow off is going to happen.
You attack
Immediately.
Paul, but I'm gonna fight this guy first before I get to
yeah,
you.
I'm gonna
Like-
go after Cody and get my championship back. It's like, no, you fucking killed, because they also Same Lane kills Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Yep,
Yep.
Jimmy.
So it's like you killed Jimmy, you killed Paul. Jay is doing his own thing. You fucked yourself. So
You
Yeah.
had one
It's-
job.
you had one job to hold the fort down, and you're killing everybody. No, I got to come for your head now. Like, and I think it's gonna build up to that. Where things lie and who's gonna be on what team, that can vary. But I want to say SummerSlam, but I think it'll happen a little bit after SummerSlam. Like, I'm trying to remember what pay-per-views are in
Ooh.
between. But it
Payback,
has to-
Fastlane.
Payback.
Ooh.
Well, no, Fastlane is WrestleMania.
Fastlane was October last year.
Yeah, they- I
I
think
remember
they
it
changed
was.
it.
It was.
Yeah.
You're right. I think it's one of those like in between because if I'm like getting kind of prediction booker mode here, it has to be a bloodline like someone either the whole bloodline 2.0 or someone in the bloodline is main eventing some pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And then they're going to give the typical Triple H. You see the copyright logo, it's going off, and then you just hear. I'm
in.
I'm like, oh my fucking god, yeah, kill him. And it's gonna go. It's gonna go
Well,
into that.
he's gonna come back with a new Def Rebel theme. So like the first thing you'll hear will be acknowledge me.
me.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
No, I do. No, I do.
Devin,
Devin. Just click. All right. Okay. Peace out.
what are you thinking here, Devin? Are you more along the lines of me with SummerSlam, or are you thinking with Elijah?
To be honest, Elijah gave me something to think about a little bit because you have to remember The Rock's also part of this.
He is. That's
Can't
true.
forget about The Rock. So what
Yeah.
if we don't get Roman, but we get the final boss at SummerSlam, and then we realize who?
Solo kills him too.
Solo just kills the Rock.
Hey, he's like, I'm the tribal, and then you see Jake out talk to, oh, like, oh,
That'd
hey,
be
whoa.
wild.
But who knows? Maybe The Rock is actually not the tribal chief, but he's just like the one that helped Solo, like behind doors, and was helping because you gotta remember he is the boss from everyone, so he's probably bringing all these other guys in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is 5-on-5.
Yep.
With War Games if they do Survivor Series War Games again. So
Yep. And there's one more person we have to remember. Who's that guy?
Zila.
Zila.
Zila,
Thank you. I
how
had it right, but I thought it was Zay.
disrespectful.
He has the
I'm
best
worried.
Simone spike out of all of them. Just from that out there.
So,
Yeah,
The
he
jumping
thumbs
one, that's fucking. He thumbs him
he
crazy.
thumbs the best. He thumbs him
dude,
wild.
oh my gosh. I mean, he is.
Oh,
That is
Hell
Umaga's
no.
son. So,
He's the best thumber of them all.
he's the
His thumb doesn't compare to Maui's though. However,
How did we get about Miley
Shut up.
Jim?
on the bingo card.
OG.
All right, let's move on here. We've spent enough time on this bloodline
Yeah.
thing. Overall, it's working. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm really enjoying this. All right, ladies and gentlemen. As of this recording, Money in the Bank is this upcoming Saturday in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So we make our predictions the week before every PLE, and as you know, we have this competition going on where the winner, who has the best PLE record, will receive a prize at the end of the year. So, Elijah, will you please update the people on the overall standings?
All right, in third place. We have me with a 22-6 record. Zach coming in with second. Real big fall off, if I'm being surprised.
True.
It was 23-5.
Chad Gable.
One match lead. Yeah, Chad
Keeps-
Gable.
Keeps biting me.
You're gonna pick him again, aren't you? No, I'm kidding.
Stay tuned.
And then we have Devin, first
Yes,
place
please,
Dev,
boy.
sorry,
That's my dude.
first place
my
Dev,
dude.
with a record of 25-3. Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah, so you
man.
would think that predicting something that is, sorry to break the news to everybody, something that is scripted, you would think that it would be much easier. But in the heat of the moment, when you're talking it through, I don't know about you guys, I tend to overthink things. Okay, I'm
All
a
day.
bit of an overthinker.
All day.
But hey, we're rolling with it. We're jumping right back into it, and we're gonna get things started with. We don't know the match order just yet, but I kind of spread them out how I think it'll play out. So we'll see. First match that we're gonna talk about will be the Intercontinental Championship match between champion Sami Zayn and challenger Bron Breakker. Now, this match was kind of forced upon Sami Zayn. Bron Breakker has been wrecking shop. Anybody that you put in the ring with him, he is just destroying. And then he decided to call out Sami Zayn. So Sami Zayn was like, "Oh, well, you don't think I'm man enough to challenge you in a match? Here's your match." That's really all the storyline. Bron Breakker is a menace. Sami Zayn is a fighting champion. That's the entire build to this match up to this point.
What a build.
So it honestly, but it works though, because Bron Breakker is that menacing and like that reckless that it makes sense. I'm gonna be a selfish host here. I'm not starting this match because this IC title has single-handedly brought me down in the rankings. So what a bitch. I don't know where I'm going with this match. So I'm actually first place Dev.
Oh,
As
okay.
first place.
I see how
Go
it
ahead.
is.
Go ahead
Fine
and lead us
then.
off here.
Okay.
Listen, I don't know where I'm going. I gotta hear some process here.
Listen, I know I picked Sami the last 2 times, but come on, Bron Breakker is something else. Dude, oh my gosh, no, like they are creating Bron Breakker as this unstoppable force, and the fact that he's already like pretty much got a title shot after what he's done like the last month and a half maybe. Are you telling me this guy does not get his title now? I knew he was going to get a title this year. I knew it. And the fact that they're doing it this early, give it to him. Give it to Bron Breakker, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta go with my gut.
All right. I don't know. I don't know what it is about this title. I cannot seem to get a hold of this title. And this title single-handedly, I can't figure it out, dude.
Actually, have you predicted? I'm trying to go back. Have you predicted the IC title match correctly? Because I was like, we all
No.
got it wrong at WrestleMania.
Oh my
We all
gosh,
did.
Dag, no.
I haven't got it. I haven't got a single one right yet. This title is my enemy. This title is my enemy.
Yo, the one at WrestleMania that screwed all 3 of us.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
like, there's that one, and then I'm trying to remember because
no,
it was Sami Zayn.
It wasn't on Backlash. It wasn't on Backlash.
Yeah,
it was at King and Queen of the Ring with the.
yeah.
Yep. No, I haven't got a single one right.
We are on
No.
episode
Well,
15.
no. I thought
No, No,
He
because I
did.
predicted Chad Gable for the triple threat as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
because it
did.
was like with the Backlash one, it was a
No,
triple
there was
threat.
no-
Yeah, and you said Chad
Yeah.
Gable, and then you picked Chad Gable. Yeah, oh my God, you have not
telling
guessed
you,
the
dude.
IC title right.
Holy crap, bro.
I'm gonna jump in here. So
Cody's
we've
ready.
we've seen this storyline play out before, where the new guy on the block is so good that he gets a title shot almost immediately, wins the title, holds on to the title for a very long time. I think of Brock Lesnar. I think of Gunther. Okay, that's what's coming to mind when I think of this Bron Breakker build. So unless they're building to something at SummerSlam and they want to give Bron Breakker a moment at a bigger PLE on a bigger stage, then Sami Zayn's going to win this match. I don't see that happening. I think they're pulling the trigger right now. I think they're going Bron Breakker. They're going to put this title on him, and he is going to dominate. The only thing that worries me is we just saw this storyline a year and a half ago with Gunther. That's the only thing that worries me. So I don't think that worry is big enough to sway me to the other side. So I'm going to go Bron Breakker here as well.
Interesting. That is a lot of good points. It really is.
Oh, here we go.
But I feel like you guys are missing something here. Isn't Bron also feuding with Sheamus? And I know Ludwig Kaiser's out right now, but Sheamus. You don't think he's going to get his get back?
Well, I don't think so.
I don't know.
Because Sheamus was so focused on Ludwig more than Braun, if you think about
but
it.
Braun kept on getting in their business. Like,
Well,
yeah, because
you
they're-
don't think he's going to
even-
be like, oh,
Well, no, because
Even if, sorry,
You're good.
I'll go here, Devin.
You're good,
Even
right.
if Sheamus gets his get back, Sheamus is always hunting the IC title. That's the last one he needs for the Grand Slam. It's the last one he needs. So he's always going to be in that IC title picture. So even if Braun wins, I think that's a way for Sheamus to get his get back.
I don't know. I am saying he's gonna cost Braun the title, the get back
Ooh.
at Money in the Bank. So Sami Zayn will retain. That is my official pick.
All right. Hey, I
Hey,
have
if I get
no,
this right, I'm taunting all of you. I'm
I have
taunting you.
no,
Which I will give you the right, but I mean, because you have to think about it, because Ludwig and Sheamus are more in a feud with each other
yeah,
than because every time they interfered, it was like Sheamus and Braun. Ludwig interfered because he was battling with Sheamus. Same thing with Ludwig and Braun. Sheamus interfered and went against Ludwig. So it wasn't that, it was just Braun just being Braun and getting pissed off because like I deserved I'm about to win these matches and I get screwed over because these guys want to do this. Like
Ricochet
Speaking-
comes back and cost him. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Prince Puma
Prince Puma comes on.
cost Braun Breaker.
dude,
All I will say is, from what I've learned with WrestleMania, you can never count out Sami Zayn.
No,
And I'm
ever.
not
No,
going
fair.
to this time
I-
either. I'm going to
That's
pick
fair.
Sami with this one, and I'm putting my foot down on it.
All right, we're going to move on to the next match, but real quick, we don't have to stick on this. I just want to make one point real quick. The men's, we're talking about Sheamus, the last qualifying spot on this last episode of Monday Night Raw, how good was that match? That triple threat between Sheamus, Ilya, and Drew,
Banger.
so good.
After banger. And then they got
Literally
burgers,
so good.
After burgers. After. That sounds good. I want to make some burgers.
Disrespectful.
Oh no.
Burgers does sound good.
I just had a burger for dinner, so.
Shout out. We love
Sure.
burgers. TMI.
Shout out burgers.
Shout out burgers, dog. TMI, wrestling and burgers. That's what we do. All right, we're going to move on to the next match. We are getting off the rails.
Stupid.
We're getting off the rails. All right, the match that I have listed next will be the women's Money in the Bank match. Bear with me here. I'm looking down because I'm reading. We got Lyra Valkyria versus Io Sky versus Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton versus Chelsea Green versus everybody's favorite qualifier, Zoe Stark. That definitely didn't cause any uproar on the internet at all.
I was so pissed.
Chelsea Verde. Get it right.
Chelsea Verde. I apologize. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll take the lead on this one since I kind of
now
threw
he
Devin.
does.
I threw Devin under the bus.
I know who he's
And-
picking.
No, you don't. You don't know anything about me.
Go ahead. It's not like you've been
oh,
saying that the last couple of months now.
Oh.
I'm between two. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm between two.
Okay.
Okay.
Fair.
So, just like we'll get to it in the men's match, but everyone in this match, I truly believe, is world championship material. Now, I am a Zoe Stark. I wouldn't say stan, but I think she gets entirely way too much hate. I enjoy Zoe Stark. Zoe Stark is an entertaining wrestler in my eyes. She is the only
crazy too.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Z360 is
That is
disgusting.
That is an underrated finisher to say
The
the least.
Z360 is disgusting. I will say, however, she's the only one in this match that I cannot make an argument for as being Money in the Bank winner. This is so tough. I mentioned a couple weeks ago how much I would love Chelsea Green to be a Money in the Bank holder. I think that briefcase suits her perfectly. Just an immaculate Money in the Bank winner. So she is my second choice. I'm gonna go with Tiffany Stratton.
Okay, never mind. I was wrong.
I think she also plays a great character to win Money in the Bank. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but this Nia Jax Tiffany Stratton team that they've been teasing at, they make TikToks together. Nia Jax came out to interfere in Tiffany Stratton's qualifying match. They kind of got this little thing going on, and if you remember, Nia Jax is Queen of the Ring. She has a #1 contender spot for a match at SummerSlam. I think that we are going to get a storyline of friends with a lot of tension, similar to the way that we did with Judgment Day and Damage Control last year with those two Money in the Bank winners. So I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton here. One, I think she would be a fantastic Money in the Bank holder. And two, I can see the path to a Nia Jax versus Tiffany Stratton kind of feud starting. So That'll be my pick. Elijah, we'll go with you.
This is one that I was really struggling with because everyone I could see some sort of like winning thing. Because even like Zoe Stark, I know you said like, oh, you couldn't see her doing it, but then you still have that friendship thing with like her and Shayna Baszler too. So
For sure.
there's a story for all of it. Is Io going to go back to back? Is Lyra going to propel herself to Money in the Bank immediately because she was killing it in NXT and like even made it to the finals of Queen of the Ring? So like, is there that stuff going on and everything? But you said something that really resonated with me, and that's the fact that Nia Jax has, pretty much like a piece of the pie when it comes to having a reason to interfere. But wouldn't it be crazy if Lyra won it? Because then they would down talk, not only because Tiffany's like, oh, I should have won that. It should have been me. Nia goes, well, no, I've already beat her, so like I could beat her again. It doesn't matter. I'm going to become champion and do this and do that. There's a big story for that there. And honestly, I think that's where they're going to go with it. So my official pick is Lyra Valkyria.
See, this is why Money in the Bank is so tough. I love Lyra Valkyria, but I was never going to pick her for this match. I think that she would be a good Money in the Bank holder, but that's why Money in the Bank is one of my favorite matches, because you can literally make an argument for everybody. So I love that pick. I can absolutely see it happening, but I love Money in the Bank so much. Devin, who you got on this one?
It's Tiffy time. Tiffy time. Come on, dude. Ever since she's got onto the main roster, she's been balling, man. Dude, she has one of the prettiest moonsaults. Come on, Big Red.
It's the prettiest moonsault ever.
Yeah, ever.
So, by the way, Tiffany Stratton, I know you're trying to make a point here, Devin, and I sincerely apologize. Tiffany Stratton, remember that street fight against Becky Lynch at No Mercy last year? Like,
dude,
she can get down and dirty if she has to. Like, Tiffany Stratton in a ladder match is gonna go crazy. I'm sorry, Devin, continue your point.
Good. No, I forgot about that match. That match is so good.
Oh, that match is a banger.
But no, like, I just feel like when you want to give someone the briefcase, it's a good push. That's all you were trying to do. That's what they did with Damian. That's what they did with Io last year. But think about all the past Money in the Bank winners. It was all to get a good push to start their career, and that's why I also love the Money in the Bank because of this. Tiffany able to do this, able to win, and probably screwing over her best friend.
Yeah, that's the storyline. I can see him running with it.
Now, here's the thing with Big Red's theory. I actually would not be mad. Because if Lyra were to win, I would not be mad at all. I just can't see it. Like, that's the problem. Like, that's because it sucks.
You
like,
should get some new glasses, brother.
That's the thing about these money. Here we go.
Oh, hell yeah. Are we doing it?
No. What are we doing?
Are we doing it?
Don't. On a predictions episode, karma's a real thing. I'm just letting you guys know. Karma's a real thing. I'm going to fill the air for all you audio listeners. These two are seeking their mediocre glasses, I guess we can call them. Predictions glasses now. I don't even know.
Glasses.
All right, Devin come out with the actual glasses. Now Elijah looks like a douchebag. That's the thing about these Money in the Bank matches. I can see every single one of these competitors having a storyline.
Goofy ass looking
third place motherfucker.
I watch your mouth. Easy. I feel like I should have mentioned this before we dive into this match. But
too much.
For those of you that might not know, I know that a lot of my friends that listen to this aren't necessarily the biggest wrestling fans. Money in the Bank is a briefcase that has a contract inside of it that can be cashed in at any time for a title shot. So whoever were to win the Money in the Bank carries around this briefcase, and anytime they feel like they have the opportunity to take advantage of a champion that might be hurt, that maybe just finished a match, they can come in, cash in this briefcase, hand it to a referee starts a match right there on the spot, and this Money in the Bank winner has a championship match right then and there. So that's just the brief backstory of what Money in the Bank is, for those of you that might not know. Okay, so we got Tiffy, Lyra. as our official picks. I love it. Next match is going to be a 6-man tag match, and it is going to be Team RKO is what they're going with. It'll be Randy Orton and Kevin Owens teaming up with Cody Rhodes going against Bloodline 2.0. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think this has been confirmed who the 3 participants are. I'm assuming it is Tama Tonga, Solo Sikoa, and Jacob Fatu. Is that what you guys are thinking as well? Or was it confirmed and I just missed it?
I don't think Jacob Fatu's in it. I think it's Tama Tonga, Tongaloa. I get them all confused.
No, sorry.
Thing 1 and thing 2, and
GOD, Gorillas of Destruction.
Yeah. GOD. And Solo. And I think Jacob Fatu is the enforcer. So he's not in the match, but he's the enforcer. He'll be there regardless.
Before we get into this match, that sucks. Put Jacob Fatu in the match.
Yeah, it's my guess. I could be completely wrong. All of a sudden, I can see him just fucking coming out, just don't pass theme song. I'm like, oh,
we're gonna look like such idiots if it's none of them.
I can do some live.
I'll fill the air right now. I'll fill the air. So this match, essentially, it started at SummerSlam. I guess you could kind of say was like the beginning of this. Well, not really, because ever since Tama Tonga's debut, Randy Orton has been like at Tama Tonga's throat and vice versa. So this actually has a pretty good build now that I'm thinking about it, talking about it out loud. So Solo Sikoa came out to confront Cody Rhodes after his most recent championship match against AJ Styles. Elijah, you got an answer for us?
Yeah, so it says that any of the 3 can join as of right now. According to Wikipedia, on the match card, it has any of the 3 can join, and then obviously Cody, Randy, and Kevin. So technically, Jacob could be a part of it. I don't know.
Please.
Between Tama Tonga, Tongaloa. Got it.
What are
thing 1, thing 2?
what are we doing here?
Yeah, I have the best fiance.
What's
ever.
happening?
I'm sorry.
You guys.
First place.
All right.
First place.
Until he gets knocked off his perch.
Dude, I'm gonna when I see you for your wedding, I'm snapping your sunglasses in half.
And
so this
I'll
match,
take that test away from you. Thank you.
This match has actually had a very decent build, a very good build. Not decent, that was disrespectful. Very good build. They, like I said at the beginning of the episode, Bloodline 2.0 has just been causing chaos, wrecking shop, wreaking havoc, all of the cliches that you'd like to use. So Cody, as the champion, has been taking it upon himself to correct this and not let this happen. But every time the numbers game comes into play and the Bloodline just beats him down. So Kevin Owens and Randy Orton have stepped up to help take down this Bloodline and, correct any wrongdoings that have happened. So the 6-person tag match is happening at Money in the Bank. Elijah, we'll start off with you. You haven't led off a match yet, so talk us through what you're thinking here and who do you got winning?
Actually, real quick before I go into it, I have a question for you guys with this match. Do you think this is main eventing? Think it's finishing off the show?
I don't think so.
I mean, I don't know.
I just thought about it. Like once I Googled it, can I English today? Googled it. Because technically on Wikipedia it is the last match on there. That doesn't mean it's correct, but
right. Is that usually accurate? I feel like I've never checked before.
No, it's not accurate until after. I've never looked at it before. This is like the first time I've looked at it before pay-per-view or PLE. But
gotcha.
Just a quick question. Also for a question for the fans at home as well. But like you said, it was a really, really good built storyline, and I really like it. Really could go either way because Cody's champion. Like, why the fuck would he lose? Like, Cody's champion. Like, why would you make him lose a match as champion and doing all this stuff? And Randy and Kevin Owens need to win as well, but I feel like it would be very foolish to make the Bloodline lose now. Anyway, because you have to build that story for Roman coming back. Because then Solo could be like, "Hey, you lost as tribal chief. I haven't lost at all, so I'm the better tribal chief. Like, I'm the true tribal chief. Like, you lost. That's your fault.
Yeah.
You took 2 L's while you're a tribal chief, technically." If he wants to get
Yeah.
nitty gritty, because he did lose that tag match. So it's like, you lost twice, you fucking loser. Look at me, I haven't lost once ever since becoming tribal chief. I'm better than you. So for them to continue that story, I do think that Bloodline 2.0 would win.
I'll jump in here. I'm right along the same lines of thinking with you. I think Bloodline's taking this one. And honestly, like, Randy Orton is a first ballot Hall of Famer. So, like, Cody doesn't even have to take the pin here. Randy Orton can take as many pins as he wants, and he'd still be top of the card whenever
That's
he
probably
wants
gonna
to
be
be.
Kevin Owens. Let's be real.
Yeah, same with Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens also first ballot Hall of Famer. Like, it doesn't hurt either of those two to take a pin. So yeah, I'm not gonna delve too much into it more than we already have, but I'm along the same lines of thinking with you, Elijah. I'm going Bloodline 2.0 here. Devin, what we thinking?
Yeah, so last time we had the predictions in Backlash. I freaking picked Randy Orton and Kevin Owens like a big dummy I am, and I regretted it the second I said it, and then I was just hoping maybe there would be a DQ, and they changed it to
no
disqualification
DQ.
match. So here's what I'm going to say right now. It is going to be the Bloodline 2.0. They're going to win because they need to keep getting that heat. You can't just be over here saying, "Oh, they're so dangerous. They're going to hurt you," and then they lose. Like, that doesn't.
You can't kill Paul Heyman and then take a loss. Like,
yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's not going to be Cody that takes a pin. I'd be very shocked. And if it is, it's going to be probably Solo over Cody. And then probably like the same thing you said, like with him being undefeated. He's like, at least I can pin Cody, something like that.
Yeah,
So,
like I beat Cody Rhodes. You haven't beat Cody. You only beat Cody Rhodes once. Like I pinned his ass faster than you too.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I think it builds up to the SummerSlam match and everything.
yeah. There's definitely going to be some sort of shenanigans in this match. So I think this is a pretty easy one, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take my sunglasses.
Just sitting there being like, oh, like because I could totally see Solo being like, I fixed your mistakes.
Yeah.
You lost your championship to Cody? No, I'm bringing that back. Like, I'm not saying
Bloodline.
Solo would ever win the WWE championship anytime soon, but like, just being like, I'm correcting your losses. Like, oh, these people cost you? Well, I got this. Oh, you did this? Well, I got this. Like, I'm doing everything you couldn't.
All right.
It's
so
what's the John Cena thing? I'm here because you can't do your job.
Yeah. It's called a promo. You're gonna have
It's
to learn
called
how
a
to cut
promo,
one.
kid. Again, that was against Roman Reigns. If he recreates that, Solo's the GOAT. That's
I
what
can
he's trying to
that'd
do.
be-
time better than you
that'd
can
be
do
hilarious.
this full
It's play
time.
with time.
Oh man, one of the greatest promos of all time. All right, so we got hey, that's a good icebreaker. Write that down, That's a clean sweep. We got Bloodline 2.0 on that one. All right. So
No, okay.
here's another tough one. We're gonna go to the men's Money in the Bank match here. So excuse me again.
Wow.
I will be reading names. We've got LA Knight. Yeah. Shout out. Versus
Let me talk to you.
versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes versus Chad Gable versus Drew McIntyre versus Jey Uso. I led off the women's Money in the Bank. Elijah just led off the last match. That leaves first place Dev.
Yay.
Go ahead and talk us through what you're thinking here, buddy.
Oh, dude, this is probably the hardest match I've been thinking about all day. So I had to start cutting down. Almost every wrestler here has a story. That's the crazy part about this. So you have to kind of like look at each story. As much as I want LA Knight to win, he's in the feud with Logan Paul, so that's probably going. But he's probably gonna get the United States Championship sooner, so I'm not too worried about that. Master Gable, love to see him climb, but he's gonna start climbing. The lights went off.
That was the side. Don't you fucking climb that ladder.
Literally.
Don't you climb. I dare you.
I dare
See
you.
what happens again. I'm grabbing the gun again. I'm grabbing the gun.
No,
please.
Oh crap! Jey Uso. I want Jey Uso to win so bad. But I don't think they're going to give it to him because I think he's too involved. Like, he might not be involved now with the bloodline, but, like, he's involved. And it just him having the briefcase, I just can't see that. Who else am I missing? Andrade,
Andrade, Carmelo Hayes,
Carmelo Hayes, and was there one more person, or did I get
Drew McIntyre.
and Drew McIntyre? Oh,
How
I
dare
cannot forget
you?
about Drew McIntyre in the middle of a story with CM Punk. Dude, I believe he's gonna literally touch that briefcase and he's gonna feel something on his foot. It's fucking CM Punk, bro. Like literally grabbing on his leg and
CM Punk is dead. It's gonna be AJ Lee,
he's dead.
dude.
He's gonna be it's gonna be zombie.
Oh my god, that
gonna be-
was crazy.
Dude.
AJ Lee just grabs his ankle. He's like, "God damn it, Punk better." What the fuck?
It's gonna be Larry, Larry the
Get
dog.
off of me!
It's gonna be Larry the dog. He reaches for the briefcase
Dude,
to see a dog
he's gonna be-
bite his finger on the other side. Just, ow, what the fuck? No.
Jeez.
No.
So, yeah, no. CM Punk come back from the dead, and he's gonna fuck him up, and then it's gonna be it's between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes.
Larry the
Dude.
dog's winning the Money in the Bank contract. Let me shove ahead of you, Tevin. That's like,
You wanna
it's Larry the
fuck me?
dog.
You
Man.
wanna fuck my owner?
That'd be a rough outcome.
That'd
Oh,
be a Vince
dude.
McMahon type booking right there.
Oh,
I'll tell you
dude.
What?
Such Vince McMahon booking. Like, this is great.
Larry,
This is entertaining.
Larry the dog gets involved.
Hornswoggle.
I'm sorry.
Come on. Come on.
All right,
Um,
I'm sorry. Continue your prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
go up.
now it's between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. I can't see Andrade winning. Our boy Carmelo Hayes gets that briefcase, baby, and he wins it. And
You don't
him.
miss.
he's him, dude. Honestly, I was surprised that he beat Randy Orton. And it wasn't like, I mean, it was kind of
roll
like,
up, but yeah.
it was a roll up, but it was like, haha, outsmart ya. And even Randy was like, respect, dude. And Carmelo has, like, I can't wait for this build up because even on his first match when he got drafted, literally that same night, had a match with Cody Rhodes. So they see potential in Carmelo. And I think, like, once again, with Tiffany, they're going to do that push. And they're going to give it to Carmelo. He is him. And I can't wait for the briefcase to just literally say him. Or like him in the bank. Him in
Mellow
the
in
bank.
the bank.
Mellow in the bank. I like that too. actually.
It's gonna say Carmelo Hayes on the back. I'm money.
Yo, Mellow don't miss.
Oh, dude.
Mello don't miss. That would have been
Don't
dope
miss,
too.
baby. I love Money in the Bank so much, dude. Royal Rumble and Money in the Bank. Those are my two
Yeah,
favorites.
oh,
Oh
yeah.
god, our Royal Rumble prediction is gonna be so
It's gonna be a mess.
Oh, that's
my
gonna be
God.
tough.
All
We
right,
know
I got
about
it.
that
One
in
out of 30?
January. We're good. We're good. Until it comes.
Elijah, go ahead and give us your prediction here.
I will say, like, this is an original idea. This is a lot of people are saying this on the internet, but there's gonna be so much interference. This is gonna be like one of the most interfered Money in the Banks ever.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna
Yeah.
cost someone all the time. Like
Yeah.
you got, because I was like, you got CM Punk and Drew. CM Punk comes back in time. You got L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Logan Paul. That's good. If he comes out of nowhere with a fucking brass knucks, it's gonna be crazy.
Oh, dude.
Off the top of the ladder, like
Oh
through a
yeah,
ladder.
like he just
Oh,
climbs
man.
up and crocks him. He just falls back into like a table or like
Ugh.
onto like the ladder bridge or something. That would be crazy.
Yeah. Wyatt 6 with Chad Gable.
Wyatt sits with Chad Gable.
Oh,
Don't you
he's
dare
gonna
fucking
climb
climb
that
that
ladder.
ladder. Starts to climb
Oh.
it. Like Nikki Cross just fucking looks at him sideways.
Oh,
Like,
no.
shit. You see him just back off like, oh my bad. I don't even want this.
Climb that ladder. I dare you. See what
I dare you.
happens.
Do it. He takes one step up.
You-
JJC comes on the side. Takes another step up.
Oh, no.
They're going
No.
hops on the side of the ring.
If I saw Joe
Oh my
Gacy
God.
with that mask on, sorry.
I'm
Yeah,
out.
just-
Yeah.
My fault.
Just-
My fault.
Yeah, my bad, fam. My
Just
bad.
walk to catering.
Yeah,
All
he
right.
just literally gets down to side. Hey, my bad.
You know what?
I don't
You know
know.
what?
I get it.
Yeah, hey, you got
contract
it,
I
fam.
had-
You got it. There
That
you go.
contract I just signed? Sorry.
Yeah. I'm out.
Nope. Bye.
Sorry.
My fault,
bro.
fam. My
My
bad.
fault, bro. Hey, we good. We good. Sorry. I'm so
Andrade
sorry.
with he has the speed championship and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo is him. You know, like first match on the main roster. I'm challenging you for your world title. Fuck you, Cody. Like,
Yeah.
crazy. So much potential. And then obviously Jey Uso. Yeet. Like, come on now. That's great. Now, there are a lot of options that I could go with. Because I could, LA Knight has a really, really good chance. Because, like,
Audio
the
listeners,
story,
the sunglasses are back on.
The sunglasses are back.
the story with it just, comes out with these shades and just fucking.
What have I started?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you know what? Shad here. He's not winning. I'm telling you right now, he's not winning.
I love
The
LA Knight.
official Money in the Bank winner is going to get the Yeet case. It's Gimme Jey Uso. He's getting the Yeet case. He's bringing that home. He's finally going to win World Championship one day in the future. Gimme Jey Uso.
I was hoping we would have 3 different answers, but we're not going to. I'm also picking Jey Uso, and part of my reasoning, I have 2 main reasons as to why I'm picking Jey Uso. Okay, one is very simple. I have my female winner on SmackDown. I'm going to have my male winner on Raw. Right? Pretty makes sense. Second reason, they have been pushing Jey Uso to the moon for like what 6 months now, 8 months now. Like, they are trying to make this guy the main eventer of all main eventers, and he is the most over babyface outside of maybe like Cody Rhodes right now on the entire roster. Like, Jey Uso is a thing. Okay, get used to it. Jey Uso is here to stay, and if we're looking ahead, I believe that Gunther is going to go into SummerSlam. He is King of the Ring, so he has a number 1 contender match. Okay. Jey Uso, biggest babyface. Gunther, biggest heel. Okay. You cannot have. I may be spoiling my pick for the next match. Stay tuned. You cannot have heel versus heel at SummerSlam. I don't think that you can do that. So I have Jey Uso winning the men's Money in the Bank match and
The Yeet case.
I will
Thank you.
go ahead and transition into the next match, which is Damian Priest going in as World Heavyweight Champion versus Seth Rollins. And I'm just going to go ahead and jump right to it. I have Damian Priest winning this match. So I think Damian Priest, he has set out this agenda to prove that he's a worthy champion, because everything that everybody's saying is he's a transitional champion, he's a paper champion, he's not, like, he doesn't mean what he says. Seth Rollins absolutely eviscerated him on the promo where he's like, I don't believe what you're saying. I don't think you believe what you're saying. Damian Priest is at the point in his title reign where he is now proving it in the ring. His mic skills have gotten better, but like, Seth Rollins is not wrong. It doesn't sound like Damian Priest believes what he's saying. He doesn't sound intimidating on the mic. It doesn't sound anything like that. So, with all that being said, though, I am going to pick Damian Priest to win. So, I think that they can tell a very, very good story with Damian Priest eventually leaving the Judgment Day. I feel like I should mention this. There is a gentleman's agreement. It's nothing official, but Seth Rollins and Damian Priest have an agreement where if Seth Rollins wins, Damian Priest has to leave the Judgment Day. If Damian Priest wins, Seth Rollins is never allowed to challenge for the world title again as long as Damian Priest has it. So that's just something that they kind of agreed on in the ring as a little caveat. I don't see Damian Priest leaving the Judgment Day that way, which is part of the reason why I have him winning. Also, I think that Damian Priest is at a point in his title reign, like I said, where he's proving it in the ring now, that he is a worthy champion. And I think that he's just going to beat Seth Rollins straight up, clean. And something extra is going to happen at the end of this match. I'll let you guys make your predictions before I jump into that. But I have Damian Priest here. I have him beating Seth Rollins, and I believe that they're going to lean into this storyline of Damian Priest eventually breaking away from the Judgment Day, just not by the hands of Seth Rollins. So I will pass it over to Devin. Who do you got winning this match?
It's a tough one because the stipulation.
Yeah.
Stipulation makes it tough, and also the story makes it tough. You have Liv Morgan, who is single-handedly kind of like now kind of getting these guys' heads a little bit, man. And so it's tough. Like, I love Seth Rollins, and I want him to win. Because this one's I kind of go back and forth with. So I was thinking like, well, what if Finn tries to come in and acts like he's helping Damian, but then screws him over, and now he's out of the Judgment Day. And then Liv comes in, she's pretty much now like taking over Rhea's spot. Because there are reports saying that now Rhea is coming back as the babyface. So, but which, once again, these are reports. Who knows if this is even true? But then there's this other side of me that's like, but that's too easy. That's too easy. You know what I mean? like, so I'm thinking, like, it's like you said, like, that he will eventually leave. I just don't think now. Because it's all looking up like Damian versus Gunther at SummerSlam. So I will have to go with my gut and just believe that Damian is going to get this win. So I have Damian Priest winning over Seth Rollins.
All right, Elijah. We clean sweep over here. Or are you on Team Rollins?
I mean, I could switch it up on you, but no, it's a clean sweep. I think it's gonna lead to, like, you know, still Liv Morgan revenge tour. She helps him out, or tries to help him out, or whatever.
Yeah.
Because even if it tries and he still retains, and he's like, "What the fuck? Why were you out there?" Gentleman's agreement. They can push that storyline of like, "No, like, let me be my own champion. Let me be my own man." Because that could still be like, "Oh, Liv coming down and being like, no, I just wanted to help you. Like, I'm helping on Judgment Day. Look, I just helped your base. I just helped your base win. Like, come on now. I help. I'm not calling him Daddy Dom. Dominic Mysterio.
I hope
Clip
not.
it. Clip
I
it,
am
chat.
not. Clip it. Shut up.
You're gonna hate me.
I'm not calling him that. But like Liv Morgan, Devin's favorite wrestler in the whole world.
Wrestler. Strictly wrestler.
Strictly wrestler. Nothing else. Just pure performance.
Really big fan of the grappling, if you will. In ring work.
Irish whip.
Yeah, the dive spots that she does.
She has a great Irish whip.
And I fuck with the finisher.
One of the best.
finisher is good. The finisher is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
Nothing more and nothing less. Well, it's opposite day. But I can see like the storyline of her coming out, trying to help or successfully helping, and then it's like him getting more pissed off because he wants to be his own man, and being like, no, I'm just trying to help the Judgment Day because I want to be a part of it, and blah 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 blah. And it'll eventually either lead to him finally like being like, you know what, she ain't half bad, and then Rhea comes back and is like, what the fuck? Or it could lead to him being like, you know what, fuck this, like I'm out. I'm leaving Judgment Day. I'm my own man. I'm doing my own thing. And then Rhea comes back to Judgment Day in shambles, and both stories would work perfectly. But I do have Damian retaining.
Well, there you have it. Damian Priest, clean sweep. We talked at the last PLE was line. What was the last PLE?
What is it?
Oh
What
my
is it?
gosh.
Tell me.
Gosh,
I
Clash of
suck
the
at this.
Castle.
Clash at the Castle.
Jeez.
There it is. We talked about before we dove into our matches, we talked about how the internet is not happy with 5-match PLE cards. If things go according to my plan, there will be 6 matches on this card, because I believe that my men's Money in the Bank winner will be cashing in that night. I think that Jey Uso will be cashing in on Damian Priest same night, taking the title from him, and we get a good month and a half run of Jey Uso as world champion. See how it goes. And then spoiler, I do have Gunther winning at SummerSlam. So I think we're going to get a test run to see how this main event Jey Uso actually plays out with a world title. So I think that Jey Uso is going to be cashing in same night if Jey Uso wins. Obviously, This is all fantasy land.
That would be fun. I'm not gonna lie. I actually would have fan of that.
I wouldn't be mad about like night, like he didn't like cash in his money in the bank that same night, but then lose it the next month to Gunther against.
Well, you got to remember, I love Jey Uso, right? Don't get it twisted. Jey Uso is a career tag teamer, right?
Yeah,
And
no, for sure.
his in-ring singles move set and like the way that he has matches, like just look at the match against Jimmy. Like that was the worst match of the year so far, like respectfully.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But like
Respectfully,
he's not wrong. Like
I mean,
tell me the lies.
but when I'm telling lies, you stop me. But like like I said, whenever we predicted the men's Money in the Bank match, they have been pushing Jey Uso to the moon for a good 8 months now, and he's had an opportunity at the world title when Seth Rollins had it. Like he had a shot, he didn't win, but you cannot deny this man's star power, how over he is with the crowd. I think that they're going to give him a very brief run with the title to see how it goes. And then in the future, he will get his elongated, longer title run. I think that this is going to be a test trial for main event Jey Uso. I think he cashes in the same night. And who knows? Maybe they build a good enough story to where I believe Jey Uso can beat Gunther. I just don't see that happening right now. But yeah, I think Jey Uso cashes in same night. I want to get your guys' opinion on that, but also, like we do with every PLE prediction, what do you guys see being the match of the night? And Devin, you just ended the last match, so I'm going to go ahead and jump over to Elijah here. Let me know what you think about a same night cash in, and also what's match of the night for you.
I'm a giant fan of it. I'm not gonna lie, that did not even cross my mind at all. But as soon as you say that, I'm like, that would be hilarious because it's like, because it kind of sets him up to being like, oh, he has it, and Seth Rollins can't challenge him for it because Seth Rollins lost.
Yeah.
So it's like,
right.
Like, no, I guess technically he could challenge for it because
sure,
all that. But now that I think about it, like I don't know, like that actually, I want to see that happen now, 100%.
And it's been
even if he does lose it to Gunther, or if he upsets Gunther, and then it throws in a wrench to being like, oh, Roman comes back, is he gonna be cool with Jay? Like, there's options with it, but even if it was like a 1 month run and then he loses it, I still would be like, oh, that's hilarious.
I might out myself here, but if you guys know it off the top of your head, it's been a long time since we had a same night cash in. I believe it was Kane. Kane was the last same night cash in that I can remember off the top of my head.
Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, I was about to say Dean Ambrose.
Oh, it was. Yeah, no, you're right. It was Dean Ambrose because all 3 members of the Shield had it in the same night. That was
yes,
really
sir.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Idiot. But it's been a while, and the way that Money in the Bank winners have been booked in the last few years, at least on the men's side, it just like Triple H seems like he just doesn't know what to do with them. So like, same night cash in, and let's move on. Elijah, match of the night. Sorry,
I'm gonna have to say the match of the night is gonna be. I'm gonna have to say the men's Money in the Bank, just because of like the stories, because like we said, there almost every single person has a active story going on. So to see all those stories not only progress, but for Jay to get the yeet case, confirmed. No, Carmelo Hayes, I can honestly see happening too. He was my second pick. I'm not even gonna lie, I was thinking,
yeah.
like if this was a draft, I'd been like, "Fuck, Jay's gone. All right, Carmelo, give me Melo."
Fair.
But, I think that men's Money in the Bank is probably going to be match of the night.
All right, Devin, what do you got for potential match of the night?
So I had to go with Sami and Bron Breakker because Sami could put up bangers with anyone, I feel like. And I feel like he's getting that confidence that's being with the Bloodline. So like, and Bron Breakker, I mean, it's not the first big challenge he's had to deal with, especially learning after the last week, he beat Braun Strowman in a fucking 3-on-1 handicap match. I learned a lot. Thank you, Elijah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
But no, I think that match will definitely deliver.
Episode.
Best
it was Zach's favorite thing.
It was the best episode ever. It was. I can rewatch that all over again, over and over and over again. Well, no, but I believe that'd be the match of the night. But here's my thing. So, real quick, guys. Last year, Who was the favorite to win the Money in the Bank?
Who was the favorite, or who did
Who was
everybody
Who
want
was
to
the
win?
fan favorite?
LA Knight.
Okay. How'd that go? How'd that go?
He was seconds away from winning it before
Seconds
Damian
away.
Priest won it.
They always do this. They do this every single year, and it pisses me off. That's why I want Jay to win, but he's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same way, and he's gonna be. It's close. It's close.
I don't know though, because they did this. They did this with King of the Ring, right? Do you remember when King of the Ring was announced, and it was right after Gunther lost his Intercontinental Championship, and Gunther came out like the next episode of Raw. He was like, "Yeah, I lost my IC title, but guess what? I'm gonna be King of the Ring." And he was the first one to cut a promo about it. He was the first one to like, "Hey, this is my new goal." And like, small sample size, I get it, but Jey Uso was the first one to mention Money in the Bank on
that's
WWE
fair,
television. He
Yeah.
was the first one to mention it. He was like, "This is the goal. This is what I'm doing. I'm getting my world championship this year. Like, this is happening." So like, that also plays a factor as to why I picked Jey Uso personally. But
Yeah, but I also can't see the same night because they have so. With man's Money in the Bank, they have a longer time holding it. Like you have a better chance seeing a woman, cash in her Money in the Bank than the men do.
well, yeah,
Like
the
that-
women's has happened like 3 times, hasn't it?
Oh, dude, no more than that. It's been going on for a while now.
I know, but the same night cash in, I think there's been like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, they're insane, bro. They don't last that long. Well, I
Yeah.
think they said the longest was Carmella for like a few months and all that, but they don't last long. Like men's can
No.
last for almost a whole year. Look at Brock Lesnar, Seth Rollins. Who else can I think of? CM Punk twice. And the name goes on. So I mean, I would be mad. I'm gonna say this right now. If Jey Uso were to win and cash in the same night, I would not be mad. I'll be cheering. I'll be yelling in my living room. I just have to say that before anyone just goes off on me. I think it's just me picking like Carmelo and just thinking that like
The reason you don't want it to happen.
I don't not want it to happen. I just don't think it's gonna happen because they always
I
do this
get
to
it.
us with baby faces. They're this close. They're literally this close, and then someone just takes it away from them. That's what happened to LA Knight last year, which pissed me off so much.
Yeah, for sure.
It would really get this year.
All right, I'll finish it off. My match of the night is actually going to be opposite of Elijah. I think the women's Money in the Bank is going to be
Ooh.
so good. And for these like gimmick matches, the women have consistently been putting up better matches than the men. You think about the Royal Rumble, the women's was better in my opinion. The Elimination Chamber, women's was better in my opinion. You go down to the NXT Deadline, the Iron Survivor Challenge, women's was far superior to the men's. Just the women consistently just put on banger matches whenever there's multi-women matches on the card. So I think that the women's Money in the Bank match is going to absolutely deliver. And Tiffany Stratton, my winner, I'm telling you, she is going to have the crazy spot of the night. Like, I guarantee it. She is reckless. Like, this woman will do anything. So I'm very, very excited about that. And I think that the women's Money in the Bank is absolutely going to deliver.
I can't wait to see the prettiest moonsault ever through the announce table.
Yeah, off the ladder. Like,
Yeah.
some, it's
Off
going to
the
be
ladder,
off the
even off the
ladder, yeah.
turnbuckle, and just
Dude, I'm
Or maybe
telling
she
you.
has to, she comes off the ladder with a ladder in her arms and she just does a
Oh, John Morrison.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Dude, I forgot John Morrison did that.
Yeah.
Dude, that was
If
insane.
you, I'm telling, if you haven't seen that Tiffany Stratton Becky Lynch match from No Mercy, like that's one of my favorite matches of
Gotta
all
check it out.
2023. Like, you got to go watch it. It was so good. It was a street fight, which, by the way, Tiffany Stratton shows up in like her normal gear in a street fight. Can't do that in a street fight. Gotta wear jeans to a street fight, dude.
It's a street fight.
Everyone,
Gotta wear
everyone
jeans.
knows that.
Gotta learn.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is a wrap for episode 15. We really appreciate you sticking around. Really appreciate you. Shorter episode than last week for sure. So
Oh yeah.
thank you to those of you who consistently listen, who consistently reach out on social media. Make sure you follow us on social media: Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. We're everywhere. If you can have a social media account, we have one. Just look us up. Make sure you definitely subscribe on YouTube. Be on the lookout for our clips, for any interaction that you think that we should have, anything you'd like to see on the show. We're everywhere. We're available. We check our social media accounts daily. So if you got something that you think would be a good idea, let us know. Let us know your predictions for this show in the comments and who you see coming out on top. We really appreciate you guys checking us out, giving us a chance. Be sure to tune in next week for our Money in the Bank review episode to see Zach go 5-0. Until then,
Okay.
we are out of
I'm bringing
here.
out the
Sorry,
shades.
that was a good joke.
Until then, we will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
Peace.